Hi, I'm Teresa, you may also know me as a Naildresser, and I'm here today to show you an absolutely awesome way of doing nails. Steampunk is a huge trend at the moment, everyone's doing it and all of my clients are having it too. So I thought I'd share with you how to recreate these encapsulated steampunk nails. So I've already prepped my nail, I've roughed it over and shaped the free edge. So to create this I'm going to need a sculpting form. Gently slide the form under the nail. Try to get the line down the middle in the centre of the nail. It helps you build your nail. And secure your form underneath by pinching it together. There we go. Now I'm going to apply a really thin base layer over the entire nail and roughly where we want the nail to be on the form. The reason for this is because some of the steampunk pieces have rough edges. So I need to create a layer between the steampunk pieces and the underneath of the nail so there's nothing there to stick. So use the guidelines on your form to draw your nail. Now your lines, as this is done with gel, are never exact. Don't panic about that. And obviously none of this is going to be even right now. This is just a base layer. I'm going to cure that for 60 seconds. Now I'm going to take my palette, which I've already tipped one of my steampunk pieces into, you can see there. But then I'm going to put a little bit of the antique glitter into my palette to mix with some of the gel. Now you only want about a third of glitter ratio to your gel, otherwise it won't cure properly. And mix that into your glitter and you'll get a glitter paste. So I'm going to recreate like a smile line that is going to cover where the nail trainer's edge is. Now you can have a nice round edge, have a triangular edge. I'm going to make it slightly graduated. So by doing that centre section first, you get the bulk load of glitter there and the odd bit everywhere else. Cure that again, 60 seconds. Okay, so now that's set, clean off your brush because you now need to apply another very thin layer of clear gel so we can apply the steampunk pieces. Keep all your layers quite thin, because otherwise you're going to end up with a super thick nail and you're not going to be able to recreate your apex and your arch if it's already thick to start off with. Making sure to go up all the way to the edges. That's everywhere covered. So here's your steampunk pieces. I have already just fished some pieces out that I think I'd quite like to use just to save on a little bit of time. Now these bigger pieces can be bent. So just take them in your tweezers and curl them over just a little bit, not too much, but that will help you when sealing them in. Take some straight pieces, they're quite nice to go down the sides. And try to really get as much on as possible. I've learned over time that if you don't apply enough, it's just not very visible. Think about what you're placing as well, because If you apply anything too thick around the sides, you'll end up with a bump a bit later on. That's where these lovely small pieces can come into play. Don't go right up to the edge of your nail, because you'll need those edges to file neat enough later. And just keep going. Try to get a varying size and type of cogs, arms, screws. It'll give you the best effect. I'm quite happy with that. So as we've applied that in a nice thin layer of gel, we'll set that and they won't move. Now this is up to personal preference whether you choose to take your form off now or after another layer. I find sometimes the forms are a little bit restrictive when looking through the nail to see the shape, so I quite like to take it off. So pinch it away gently at the sides. And if you are struggling getting it off, you can always use your tweezers. So now that that's off, I can see where it needs to be wider and what areas really need concentrating on. As you can see from the side, we have a lovely dip here that we need to fill. Like I said, your edges won't be perfect. That's nothing that file's not going to sort out later. So come back in with your gel and fill in those areas. The gel does self-level, remember, so don't panic about getting it in the right places at the right time. Don't press your brush in, just tease it with the top or the side. If you have a little bit of a flat spot, like you may be able to see just about here, I find it quite good if you turn your client's hand or the nail trainer hand upside down, and any of the product that hasn't set will drag and pull, helping you with that shape. You can also come in up underneath with your brush and aid it along. Again, don't panic if you've not got it quite right. On this layer, it's not going to hurt to apply another one. If I cure that and one more layer, we should have it completely covered. Okay, so now I'm going to concentrate on getting my apex. So now I'm going to start from the back of the nail. And like I say, don't press your brush down too hard, just tease the gel where you want it, because the best thing about gel is that it self-levels. You can of course do this with acrylic, there's nothing stopping you from doing acrylic. And the same process applies, yet you probably wouldn't have to need to apply so many layers. And any minor bumps doesn't matter now, because we're now going to go in with the file. Again, we'll turn our hand upside down, just to help it along its way. Right, we'll cure that. And with a bit of wipe off, just take away your sticky residue layer. And then we're going to come in with a file and neaten up our edges. And this was the benefit of not taking the pieces so close to the edge, because now we can taper it in if we want to. Then go over the nail and you can just help shape it a bit better. And this is going to be a real test just to see if you've encapsulated them well enough. Because otherwise, if you keep filing, eventually you'll be back through to metal. Feel if that's smooth. Then come in with your buffing block just to take off those scratches. I'm going to remove any excess dust and then use our glaze top coat. The glaze top coat is super shiny and that will help. So cure that for 45 seconds. And then with some wipe off, remove that final sticky residue. And there you have a completed encapsulated steampunk nail.